joined right now by Dallas Cowboys Hall of Fame wide receiver, NFL legend Michael Irvin. He also hosts the NFL Network Total Access. He does everything. He breaks down the big games. Big week this week here, Michael. Hey, look, first off, I saw you the other day with the Pat McAfee show. That guy's electric, but man, you stole the show. You got more electricity than he does, man. How are you?
It was fun, man. It's fun being on with guys like yourself, guys that enjoy doing what we do. You know what I mean? And we get to what we really do. We get to talk sports. But we try to inspire people, motivate people through the stories of those sports, because somewhere, somehow, some way, people are going through the same thing you're going through on a football field. Oh, you were down. Things weren't going your way, but you ended up coming back and winning the game. So somewhere in life, you've been down. Things haven't been going your way, but you can end up coming back and getting on top of the situation. And we get to commingle those two and try to pull it in and place it and impart it to people. It's a great opportunity. It's a great thing to do. I love doing it.
Well, and you just described perfectly the two teams playing in Super Bowl 56 here this Sunday, the Bengals, the Rams, Joe Burrow, Von Miller, Matthew Stafford. It's a fun matchup. Obviously here locally in Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium. I know you'll be on tap for the coverage there. But, you know, Michael, outside of that, looking at this matchup, what the storylines between both of these teams, just the journey, Joe Burrow coming off ACL, leading the team to the top of the AFC North. Matthew Stafford, brand new team, leading them to the Super Bowl. I mean, this is an electrifying matchup.
Yes, and you're bringing the story from the quarterback's perspective, and we can get to that. I want to get to that. Let's look at it from the NFL's perspective. Let's go even higher than the quarterback. The NFL is sitting over there saying, yes, Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals showed the world that our system works. You can get here by drafting players if you draft right. They have to be so happy with that. They're saying yes, and they want Cincinnati to win. But on the other side, they were like, oh, the Rams is this super team. Yes. That super team, that thing kind of just tearing up the NBA right now. The NFL is like, we don't really want people to be holding out contracts, doing what Odell Beckham did to get out of contracts so they can try to come together and make a super team. They don't want that. So in one sense, they want Cincinnati to win to promote their system of how to do it. But in other sense, they have to look at the Rams and say, even though they're a super team, they're in LA. Yes. And we need this market. We want this market. And if they win a championship, people will be making stories in this market about the NFL in the year they won a championship, because this is Hollywood. This is the city of stories, and the NFL wants that. So they must be torn between both of those stories right there. Yeah. But boy, it'll be great to watch.
Well, you know, and I want to talk about wide receivers here for a moment, because this matchup, it features some really good wide receiving units all together. On the LA Rams side, you have OBJ. You have Cooper Kupp, who is fantastic. And I actually saw you guys were going over and breaking down how Cooper Kupp attacks DB's leverage, whether they're inside, outside. How he just always gets himself open. But then you factor in OBJ. I mean, he's this reliable guy that's been around. He's been a great addition there. On the other side, you have Jamar Chase, who's been an electrifying guy in his rookie season, and obviously broke the rookie record for receiving yards. Then you have T. Higgins. You have Tyler Boyd. I mean, the matchup here, which wide receiver out of each of these teams, I mean, if you can highlight one, will have the most impact for their team here on Sunday.
Let me tell you, and I'll give it to you from both perspectives here, because the eye gates will be upon the Jamar Chase and Cooper Kupp and Odell Beckham Jr. If I'm in Cincinnati, if I'm in the locker room, if I'm in the locker room as a coach, I would be going to T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd, and I would say to them, all everybody's talking about,
these guys,
is Kupp, Chase, and Beckham. You make sure at the end of this game that they're talking about you too.
What a bright time
you get in here and you make your mark right here. You show the world that you belong in that conversation. T. Higgins, can you show the world that you belong to? Tyler Boyd, can you show the world that you belong in that conversation? That's a hell of an opportunity for those young men.
That's huge. Michael, I know you have a busy schedule. Last one I'm going to ask you here. Go to the Dallas Cowboys here for a moment. This offseason, everybody's thinking, okay, hey, they may lose Dan Quinn. They may lose Kellen Moore.
Right.
Ironically enough, they get them both back this season now for the 2021 season. Didn't end the way that they wanted to. And I know there are a lot of people want to talk about the QB draw. You said it was the right play call, just bad execution, right? Outside of that, how can Dak Prescott and this team grow from 2021 and be even better here in 2022?
Well, first of all, in this business, you have great skill, but you got to have the will to want to win and win championships. That's the whole key to everything.
Yeah.
And when you lose like Dallas lost lost this playoff, it deepens that will. Because you hurt, you feel that pain, you say we will not fall short again next year. I think that will help Dallas get over that hump. But we still need to shore up that offensive line and shore up a run game to give that offense some support. And they'll be back.
The Cowboys will be back, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, you know what? You got to tune. If you're not tuning into the NFL Network to listen to this guy talk, break down the matchup, and bring energy to the game, the sport that we all love, you're missing out. NFL Network, he is covered. Michael Irvin, appreciate you. The honor was mine, my man. Appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen.